What's going on, y'all? It's your boy ABC bringing you some more PogoBros content. It is March 15th, and this is a very special episode because it is actually a birthday special. That's right, your boy turned the big 3-1 2 days ago, and I wanted to get some special content out to y'all. So if you could show some birthday love in the comments, that would be most appreciated. Now, I would have dropped this video sooner, but I'm actually out on the road for a good friend of mine. He's getting married today, so congrats, Todd. Also show some love in the comments for Todd. That would be fantastic. But you know, nothing's gonna stop me from bringing out this content. Brought the equipment on the road, and we're gonna get this thing done in the hotel room. Got some decorations set up, got a little bit of birthday swag going on, so this is gonna be a fun video, and I've got a really fun team for you too. All Pokemon whose moves were buffed during the most recent update, and we've got a couple of rank 1s. Wartortle, rank 1 with Aqua Jet now being stronger, harder hitting, and more spammy. And then we got Venemoth as well, rank 1 with Psywave now as a fast move, lots of fast move pressure, and you're getting those moves really quickly. And then we've got the star of the show here, Shiny Spinda. Sucker Punch was buffed seasons back, and now Rock Tomb is now buffed as well. Stronger damage output, and you get to the move quicker. And you're going to see in these battles, it's quite a force to be reckoned with. But without further ado, let's get into the battles. Alright, first battle, we got Venemoth. Fantastic lead with Wigglytuff on the other end, and they're staying in too, so that leads me to believe that they might be weak to Venemoth in the back, but we're going to take it either way and get off this super effective Poison Fang. We rip a quick shield, and you can look at those Psywaves doing some damage. That is some elite fast move pressure right there. We're going to shield this move and preserve health in our Venemoth, and they actually switch into a Venemoth of their own, and I guess they're running Confusion though. I could hardly tell, and I threw on bad timing because there's a lot of purple stuff in the middle of the screen. I'm throwing Psywaves, they're throwing Confusions, but we get out of there after debuffing them, and then we get our Wartortle in there, and you can see that we're tanking those Confusions pretty well. We got to that Aqua Jet really quickly. We knocked them out, but they have a Superior in the back, and that's really not good because we don't have any shields left, so they can get to the Frenzy. Oh, they're actually running Grass Knot here, so they don't have a Legacy Superior, but it still takes us out. We're gonna come back. We're gonna come in with the Spinda here, and we actually get a really good catch here. Double resisted Grass Knot on the Venemoth takes us out, but we're able to now come into the Wigglytuff. And here, I made a mistake early on in these battles. I really underestimated how much more powerful Rock Tomb is. I thought I could get away with an Icy Wind and farm the Wigglytuff down, but it looks like if I got the Rock Tomb off, I would have actually been able to get that farm down, so I'm forced to throw here and undercharge to try and have energy into the tail end matchup, but it didn't work, so the opponent takes that one. GG's. Alright, we got a Unobin Stunfisk in the lead. We're going to save swap into the Spinda here. Hopefully they don't know about the Icy Wind, but they go into a Typhlosion, and it would be really awesome if they let this move through, but the opponent knew better and was able to shield that up. But we're able to debuff them here, and this will be important because we're shielding up the potential Blast Burn here. And now that they baited us and they throw immediately, we know that this can't be a Blast Burn, so we're going to let that Thunder Punch go through, and we survive it easily, and we actually survive the Incinerate as well, which allows us to get off this Icy Wind right here. They shield regardless, and then they snipe us with the Shiny Vaporeon. That's not something you see very often. These are early season battles, so you're going to see a lot of interesting Pokemon here, but we're gonna shield up that Aqua Tail so that way we can preserve health and get this move off first. And let's see how much this does. And my goodness, it nearly one-shots it, but we go in with the snipe of our own, and then we're able to come back in. We're able to have this good matchup here against our Typhlosion, and look at those rank 1 IVs right there. That only did half of our health of a super effective Thunder Punch, and we tank the discharge from an electric type here. So this thing is bulky here. Everyone's talking about how Blastoise got buffed and is the new sheriff in town, but hey, look, Wartortle, you want to put respect on that name. It's absorbing all the moves here, and we're allowed to get to the resisted Poison Fang for a last minute win, and we take this battle. GG's. Farming down that Typhlosion as well. You love to see it. This next matchup, we got an Ariados. This is a great matchup for us because the Sideways are doing super effective damage. The opponent realizes that and switches out. And before we switch out, we're going to get off this Bug Buzz and see if the opponent wants to shield. They do not. And we take away most of their health. And we get a defense drop here, which is awesome, but we make a huge mistake here. I don't know why I came in with the Wartortle. I know it's very bulky, and I was probably trying to showcase that, but I should have come in with the Spinda right there and preserve the health on this Wartortle, because now I'm taking these super effective discharges, and I really didn't need to do that. But we do have a move going into the Ariados here, so the opponent takes that, and it takes over half of their health. So you see the power of Aqua Jet in full display right there. But now the opponent is able to get a Trailblaze and take us out and raise their own attack, and we're able to, you see the Sidewaves chunking this thing down. They go for a resisted cross poison, and then they have in the back, was that a Morpeko? And I hate Morpeko, I can't stand it. The opponent has Charge Beam is the fast move. That's not what you want to be running here. You want to be having Thunder Shock, but I'm not gonna tell them otherwise, because you know, it's hard enough facing Morpeko, so you know, whatever. But you know, we have our work cut out here because our sucker punches are resisted, and this Aura Wheel is going to do a lot of damage despite us debuffing them. They're raising their attack left and right, and they take us out with ease. And then we have the move, but the opponent makes a back-breaking catch on their Ariados, sealing our fate. We had the move. We would have taken out the Morpeko and got the win, but the opponent just played really good, and you got to tip your cap to them. GG's. All right, into the next match. We got a what's typically a good lead, a Medicham, but they're running Psycho Cuts, and those are super effective against our Venemoth and very spammy. But if it was the counter variant, then this would be a very dominating matchup. But we go ahead and we get off this Bug Buzz here. And Medicham, typically a bulky Pokemon, we put them in the red from this Bug Buzz. So we're dealing some serious damage, and we get the defense drop. We've been very fortunate in these videos so far with that. And then, speak of the devil, here comes the Blastoise coming in, doing super effective damage with the rollouts. They actually give us a shield for our Poison Fang, which we will take. They were probably traumatized by the Bug Buzz, and for good reason. But now we have a little instance of Wartortle going against its older counterpart here, and holding up very well. Granted, the Blastoise is debuffed, but you know, that's totally fine. What's not fine is us throwing on bad timing right there. I can never time rollouts. The animation is just very convoluted, and you know, that's fine though, because what happens here is Spinda is able to secure the farm down without them getting to another move, and their twice buff defense allows us to get a very juicy farm down of 3 sucker punches and having an energy lead into the next matchup. And in this matchup, we have the advantage here because we have the benefit of the super effective Icy Winds doing considerable damage. And then we decide to force the opponent's hand here by switching into the Venemoth because we double resist their grass type moves. They decide to switch out, and we are able to farm down the Medicham. And at this point, my idea was I wanted to throw on good timing with my moves because I wanted to maximize the damage output and force them to throw charge moves in order to take us out, so that way their energy is depleted into the Spinda and we're able to farm them down. GG's. In the next match, we have an Overquill in the lead, and another instance of Pokemon that you typically don't see in Go Battle League, but these early season battles are really fun because you get to see some really unique Pokemon out there, and makes for some good content. But we're forcing shields right off the bat, and then they come in with a Cherum, and this is not good because they're a grass type and we're a water type, but we're able to call a resisted Fire Weather Ball bait. But we overfarm here, unfortunately, which is very bad. And I decided to commit a shield here because I want to either take their shield or take them out here. I assumed that they would shield to maintain Switch, but they actually let it through, which is worse for us because Switch doesn't really do us much here because our fast move pressure, either from the Venemoth or the Spinda, is resisted against this Overquill. But we decided to go in with the Venemoth so that way we take resisted damage from the Poison Stings, but they also throw a Sludge Bomb at us, so we will take it. And it works out perfectly because they have a Drifblim in the back, and we absolutely wall this thing. We double resist their fast moves as well as any Shadow Balls, so they're forced to go for non-stab Mystical Fires, which we tank really easily. and they do less damage with each time that we throw an Icy Wind and debuff them. So we're looking pretty good here. We're able to get this farm down and come out of this matchup with a lot of energy, but our switch clock runs up, so we're able to switch out into the Venemoth to clear our debuff. But as you know, while we're here, might as well throw that Bug Buzz and then go for the win. The opponent has clearly checked out of the battle and force closed their app. Understandably so. We got that dub, so GG's. Next matchup, we got Greedent in the lead, and these things are annoying. I can't stand them. I will never use one of these in Battle League because they're so bulky and annoying. But in the Great League, they're not as bulky as their XL counterparts in the Ultra League. But man, that was a lot of damage from that Bug Buzz. We put them in the red, and they decided to go for a Trailblaze bait, hoping to get a shield out of us. But they rose their attack, so we're gonna shield this Body Slam here so we can preserve some health on the Venemoth. And then they come in with a Seismitoad and another Pokemon that you typically do not see, but and for good reason, because it's honestly a very ugly Pokemon. Looks like something's wrong with it. I just don't enjoy looking at it, but at least they're throwing non-stab sludge bombs at us. So, and Wartortle can tank those with ease. And you see the Aqua Jet's doing a lot of damage, and we're not using any shields in this matchup. We don't need shields, all right? We're tanking these moves, and we are farming down the Seismitoad and coming out of this matchup with energy. And they got a Blissey in the back, so this person's just running all sorts of spice here, which I love. But unfortunately for them, they have no more Pokemon to switch into, so we can permanently debuff them with the Icy Winds, and they can't switch out of this matchup to clear the debuffs. And Blissey does next to no damage to begin with. And now that we were debuffing them, they're just getting debuffed into oblivion. They read the writing on the wall, and they resign the match. GG's. All right, into the next match, we got a Shiny Galarian Weezing, and which is a great matchup for us because our Side Waves are doing super effective damage. They switch out into a Charjabug, which is kind of problematic for our team, so I wanted to get a debuff on it before switching out. And then here they get to their move first, so I'm going to shield this up so that way I can potentially debuff them before they get off a move get off another move, but they end up getting to another move quicker. They're more spammy now. Discharge was buffed during this most recent update, so we end up letting them move through, but at this point we're firing off our charge moves now. We've overfarmed a bit, which is good because they have a Cordillea in the back, which is also buffed. It also has Rock Tomb just like Spinda does. But we actually, the Rock Tomb is a great move now, but Icy Wind is more spammy, and we're able to get those debuffs on them and force them to switch out, which is amazing because this is a very dominant matchup for the Venemoth. Galarian Weezing would be a problem if it had Overheat, but with the new move update, it now probably runs Sludge and Brutal Swing. It does not want to run Sludge or throw Sludge in this situation, so that's why we're seeing all these Brutal Swings. And that allows us to get off a lot of moves, and they do get a big farm down, but certainly nothing that Wartortle can't handle or tank. And they're just going for Brutal Swings at this point to stall the switch clock. But at this point, we're able to come back now with our Spinda and continue the debuffs. Right, we're getting the super effective Icy Wind off on here. And now that we've debuffed them, they can't farm us down, and we force them to throw energy, which is fantastic. See, they throw the Rock Tomb, and now that they're one stage debuffed, this is better for us because now we can potentially survive a Grass Knot, which we tank with ease right here. That is a super effective Grass Knot that we tank like it was nothing. And then we end up with some nice little bad manners here. We could have easily taken that with the Aqua Jet, but we want that Ice Beam. Boom, GG's. Next match. All right, very cool match here. I remember this one. A very cool pink pony in the lead, Galarian Rapidash. They switch out into Cordillea, and we're in a very tough secondary matchup here because we don't have the benefit of the Icy Wind debuffs. So we're going to shield one Grass Knot first just to see what they want to do. I throw them really bad timing there. Do not do as I do. That is not a good thing, but we do get off the move and get some good damage on them. So actually we decide to let this through, and we tank a non-debuff Grass Knot like it was nothing. That is some rank 1 bulk right there. Those are the rank 1 IVs coming into play. We love it. And then we get a nice juicy farm down with the Spinda. And then they come in with the Lapras, one of the best beneficiaries of the most recent move update, as it's running now Psy Waves as a fast move. And then it has Sparkling Aria as a fast move here. We do some considerable damage with Rock Tombs here, so we're going to let them move through since we debuffed them. And we take that pretty well, not going to lie. Now they come back in with their pony, and we're about to get off some super effective poison fangs, in which they commit a shield here. At this point, they can't really take us out with anything, I don't think. And we survived the wild charge. Our rank 1 stats right there coming into play. We tanked that really well. So we force him to throw 2 wild charges, and at this point I see our win condition is saving the shield for Spinda here, and then presenting considerable fast move pressure on the pony. They have to switch out. Luckily we have a Rock Tomb locked and loaded, and we take out that Lapras, and then we're able to farm down the Rapidash for the win. GG's. Alright, very tough lead in the next matchup. Venemoth does not want to see any fire types. We do get off some sideways before switching out. So that way the Incinerate registers on the Wartortle. We shield up the super effective Thunder Punch just to preserve some health because we don't know what they have in the back. And then they have a Superior, but luckily they are not running Frenzy Plant or Grass Knot. And we are able to take the Leaf Storm or the Leaf Tornado, and we do not get debuff, which is amazing. At this point, I think it's better for us to just let the Wartortle go down and go for this nice farm down here, and we get the beautiful farm down right there. That's awesome because we're able to go now into this matchup with the Typhlosion. We do take 1 Incinerate, but we're able to get off this move that they're gonna have to shield. And then we're gonna get a few side waves and then switch out, rinse, lather, repeat. That's the kind of the rhythm for this kind of matchup. The side waves are getting some really good fast move pressure, and now we have energy going into this end game matchup with the Hypno. And luckily for us, our sucker punches are doing considerable damage to the Hypno, and to the point now where if they throw a charge move other than Focus Blast, but they did not build up to it, that we're able to tank them. So we take that Thunder Punch, and then we're able to get off another move here. Let's see what the opponent wants to do. They commit their last shield, and so we get 1 Sucker Punch and then let the Confusion register on the Venemoth, which is important. But we're able to get a move and take out the Hypno, and I realize at this point that if the opponent wants to take us out, they're gonna have to throw a move because we will Psywave them down before they're able to incinerate us down. And so without any energy to go, we're able to farm them down in the end game. GG's. Next matchup, we got a Whiscash in the lead here. It's one of the few Pokemon that we've seen so far that haven't had any benefit from the move updates, but nevertheless, very bulky Pokemon, so we save swapped into the Spinda, and they brought in their Meganium, and I guess they don't know about the Icy Wind because that's not really a beneficial matchup for them. We shield up a debuffed Frenzy Plant because we're going to be debuffing them left and right. So if we're going to take a move, I want them to be as debuffed as possible, but they decide to let them move through because they have an Annihilate in the back, and that's not fantastic. But we had a little bit of an energy lead coming in, so we're able to get off the Icy Wind, and they commit a shield, so we'll take that. And then now we have a dominant matchup with our Venemoth. We're doing super effective Psywave damage, and then their counters are double resisted, and because we debuff them, we don't got to shield nothing. Even 2 Rage Fists, we're able to tank with ease. Otherwise, we would have had to invest a shield in order to survive. So now we have a shield remaining in the back. And then they bring in their Whiscash again. And that Bug Buzz does a lot of damage. Whiscash is a very bulky Pokemon, as I said before. But that Bug Buzz brought him down into close to the red. And now we're able to get a really savory farm down here. They can throw as many Mud Bombs as they want, but Wartortle ain't having it. And we're not going to throw a move to take up that Whiscash. We're going to just farm it down. Annihilate comes back in. We're able to get off this first Aqua Jet, and you can see the power of the move update here. We're able to get to these Aqua Jets pretty quickly, and we survived all those counters, so the opponent knew that they had to farm us down to win, but we got that bulk on our side, and we were able to get that win. GG's. Alright, we got a Shadow Fraligator in the lead, and this is a tough lead because it's a good Pokemon. But the opponent allows us to get to the Poison Fang first, even though they outpace us. So we're going to take that, so that way we're doing more damage with our Psy Waves. We're going to obviously shield up this move right here, but ideally we're going to go for a catch on the Wartortle, and we actually get it. There we go. Sauced him up right there pretty good, if you ask me. That Hydro Cannon just tickles the Wartortle, and for some reason the opponent isn't switching out. Maybe they're weak to Wartortle in the back, but now that we've debuffed them on their defense, we can go for a farm down here. We survived 2 Shadow Hydro Cannons, which not many Pokemon can say that they can do, so very impressive for the Wartortle here. And we're going to get off this Ice Beam here. We went for the nuke, but the opponent shielded it. Shout out to this opponent for some spice too. You don't see many Zapdos here in the Great League. Zapdos is a very hard-hitting Pokemon, so we're going to shield up their first move, and then we're actually going to go here for the catch. I don't know if it's a catch or just the opponent knowing that we had energy, but either way, we're going to sacrifice our Venemoth. Thank you for your contributions. Your legacy will not be forgotten, but that allows us to bank energy on the Spinda, and it's going to come in handy. You know why? Do you know why? Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Boom! Hopefully no one's wearing headphones and just lost their hearing, but that was the boom of all booms if I ever saw one. My goodness. That is why we have Rock Tomb, and that was beautiful. Beautiful. All right, in this next matchup, we got a shiny Goodra in the lead. Very nice looking shiny, by the way. One of my, probably in the upper, tier list of mine in terms of shinies. But we're going to go ahead and shield their move and preserve health because they want to stay in this matchup. So we might need our Venemoth in the back. And the opponent actually decides to let it through, giving a switch. And they have a Lapras in here, and they're doing super effective damage with their Psywaves. But our rank 1 IVs were allowed to get off that Poison Fang, which is really critical because now we're doing extra damage. And so we come in with our Spinda here. We're going to shield up this charge move because they go for an Ice Beam, and that would have done a lot of damage. And then they come in with a Blastoise here, and looks like we're going to go for just a debuff here and switch out. But they actually volunteer a shield, so I am very happy that they did that. They really did not need to do that, but I'm not going to complain. And now that I look at it, I have something in common with this Blastoise here. We're both wearing some nice, headgear here, but as a wise man once said, this town ain't big enough for the two of us. So, hopefully, we're able to come out on top here. You can see that this bulk is really helping us out in this matchup. Blastoise is going for the Skull Bash to raise their defense, and we are going to keep spamming away these Aqua Jets. And now we switch out in order to get some fast move pressure on in here, and the Blastoise has a move, and he goes for the Skull Bash, and we tank that. And we have one win condition here. We need a bait. We need to get the shield here. The opponent shields, and then on minimal HP, we get off the Rock Tomb. Is this enough? Boom! What a win. Sucker punching down for the win. And you look here, we got a 5-0 set. So this team is, actually pretty good. Some of my teams, like the Jungle Cup team, were not good. But, this one, has some play. So if you have the Mons and the Candy and the Stardust, might as well do it. And look, rank 13 right there. I think that's poetic justice right there. Considering I turned the big 3-1 on March 13. So, I figured that would be a great way to close out this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please, again, show some birthday love in the comments. I actually brought this hat from home when I flew here, and I actually, fun fact, wore it in the airport because I didn't want it to get crushed in the suitcase. So it's kind of like a little neat social experiment. I actually counted, I got 10 happy birthdays getting on the plane, and then they actually shouted me out on the intercom and got a nice little golf clap. It was a 6 a.m. flight, so people were still waking up, but I got some claps. And it was really fun, actually. And also to give some shout outs to Todd. Congrats, man, on getting married. And I know you're gonna get around to watching this video, so hopefully you see this as well. But yeah, show some birthday love in the comments for me, and show some love for Todd as well. And thank you all for watching this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Appreciate it.